Happy Alpaca wants to thank you for clicking on this video. What 30 seconds feels like it lasts the longest? The moments after sending a risky text and you see so and so is typing, but it keeps starting and stopping. Reminds me of a tweet that went something like, you ever send a text that's so risky, you clean your entire house? Better than being left on read. You can no longer send messages to this contact. At least you have a definitive reaction/closure in that instance. Left on read is kinda worse. I asked this girl out one time. We were friends, but not really close, so I felt like it was a good potential date opportunity and put myself out there. It wasn't the first message between us or anything. She just left it on read. I would 1000% rather get a straight-through response in return than no response whatsoever. It basically led to 2 days of self-consciousness until I concluded that she doesn't respect me, nor I her anymore. Duck that shut. Unskippable 30-second ad. It's interesting how now I can't stand a 5-second ad on YouTube, and when I was a kid it was normal to watch 10 minutes of ads every 20 minutes of TV programming. Never thought of it like that. I suppose it's because TV shows are designed to cater to that ad break. I.e. stories are normally told in 2 parts, usually with a cliffhanger in the middle to keep you around for part 2. A bit like an interval in a play. YouTube videos aren't like that. The ads can happen in the middle of a sentence, so it's more shocking to the viewer. You actually recognize it as an advert, rather than an ad break. Having happy birthday sung to you. What do I do with my face? What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my eyes? It was the damnedest thing. We were just singing happy birthday when he reached for a fork and tried to stab out his own eye. I mean, that solves all 3 problems. Trying to put my change back in my wallet in line at the convenience store with people in line behind me. Or when your card won't read in the debit machine, but you know you have the money in your account, so you have to run it 2 or 3 more times. I just shove my money in my pockets and put it in my wallet later. I just cut to the chase and throw my change on the floor before apologizing profusely and rolling around in an attempt to pick it up. It's inevitably going to happen anyway. Waiting for someone to get out of the bathroom, and then you just have to hold your breath and hurry. Don't stress the bathroom guy, it doesn't really help. Been there, done that. I was once waiting in a line outside a public bathroom, and this middle-aged lady starts jiggling the door handle. I'm like, yeah, it's occupied, and she goes, sometimes they need a reminder that people are waiting. There's no moral to this story. It just made me mad. Getting past the sex scene while watching a movie with your parents. Suddenly I feel like staring at the floor, going to pee, or drink water, or stare at the wall, or check my phone. Proceed to freeze on seat while the sex scene plays. That gooey stuff they put in your mouth when you have braces. Yo, I did this, and my gag reflex was so bad I started crying and retching at the same time. Then I let out the largest burp I've ever had, and it echoed throughout the entire office. Mayo. Same. My gag reflex has always been intense. I think it took them like 5 tries to get an okay mold. When someone says we need to talk, the best response to that is yeah, we do. Congrats. Now we are both scared. You know, reverse card. We need to talk. Sounds good. I had something I'd been meaning to talk to you about too while we're at it. Actually, never mind. It can wait. I accidentally scared my boyfriend doing something similar. We were texting one time and I missed him and wanted to hear his voice, so just texted asking if he could call instead of responding to his text. He called immediately, worried something was wrong. Poor guy. I'm much more careful now. My toothbrush vibrates every 30 seconds, letting me know it's time to switch sides. Sometimes it feels like I brushed for 4 minutes and it vibrates again. Okay, question. I just got an electric toothbrush. How on earth do you spit without having toothpaste drool dribble down your chin? I can't take the brush out because then it sprays the drool all over the bathroom. If I don't spit, it still runs out. I just got an electric toothbrush and I have to wash my beard every time I use it. Turn off the brush, spit, turn it back on. The 30 seconds you are stuck on the wrong side of a locked bathroom door. What's the wrong side of a locked bathroom door? The side the killer is on. Before your scores are announced, the moment the site is cached, and you cry for another 5 minutes till you realize till you realize you didn't cry hard enough. You are on a bus, going home, when 3/4 of the way through you have the overwhelming urge to pee. A few years ago coming home from camp I had to pee so bad. Like it hurt for probably 15 minutes at how bad it was. So the bus stopped, and I had to get off the bus and pee on the side of the road. What really sucked was that the road was next to a hill, and I had to go partly up the hill, because there was barbed wire about halfway up. I had to pee so bad, because I drank around 2 liters of water in one shot before the bus left. Washing machine says 30 seconds. It is never 30 seconds. I've actually timed my washing machine, and it is around 4 minutes. Not sure why it always says 30 seconds. The ones at the laundromat say 28. I set my timer for 28. It goes off. I check. They say 4. Liars and cheats, the lot of them. Being in a CT scanner when they tell you to be perfectly still. And when they said to hold your breath, but not for how long, and you're just waiting for the all clear to breathe like, do I just pass out here? Don't want to mess up these scans. I would hate to inconvenience them by messing up their scan. I'll just pass out in their giant donut. During my last MRI they let me listen to music, and they told me to stay as still as possible, but they let me listen to Jump Around, House of Pain. They played themselves. Plank. I don't think I've ever experienced the slowing of time until I did a plank. There's some kind of time warp. Treadmills had a similar time warp. Running. Currently at 0.97 miles. Okay, I'm not going to look back at the display until I'm at least over 1 mile. Listen to a whole song and watch half an episode of SportsCenter. Watch someone outside who definitely walked 0.03 miles at a much slower speed. Check display again as it ticks up from 0.97 to 0.98. Well, at least I burned 6 calories. WTF. When you are having a panic attack, this is the truth right here. Especially the disassociation afterwards where it feels like nothing is real and you're disconnected from time. It's terrifying to know that your mind/body are just capable of doing that. When the traffic light changes from red to green. My dad seconds this. The dude honking the horn behind me while I type this also agrees. Duck and move. Getting an IUD placed. Oh god. When I got mine the doctor was tugging the string to make sure it was in the right place. The string snapped. So she had to get the duckbill thing and redilate me and put in a completely new one. My mom had a surgery to save her life, and when her surgeon walked across the waiting room to update me, those were the longest seconds of my life. About halfway towards me, he gave a thumbs up and wow, happiest moment. Microwave. Beep. Hot. Thot. I'll ducking do it again. Cold spot in center. Continues to eat through the disappointment. As a crisis counselor, from conversations I've held over the past few years, I would say the 30 seconds one struggles to act on completing suicide. I felt their pain as they fought the ultimate mind battle in this small amount of time, whether or not to end their lives. Man, I've only felt this a handful of times, but it really does feel like you're stuck in a timeless purgatory when you're debating which path you're going to take. The worst part is even when you make it to the morning, you can feel that a part of you still died inside that night. Gotta be drowning or almost drowning. Gordon Lightfoot wasn't kidding when he said the waves turn the minutes to hours. 2 incidents still stick in my head decades after they happened. Once at swimming lessons, before I could tread water and the instructor wasn't paying attention to me, and I started going under. It was probably only 30 seconds, but I thought that was it. Another time having a canoe overturn in Lake Erie and trying to get it righted. That time I even had a life jacket, but the fact the waves kept throwing water over my face really made me think I was done for. That end of poop which refuses go out nor go back in. Do you mean like when you take a huge dump and then realize nothing hit the water? Yeah, it's like tug of war. You want it go out. You put your time into it. When it's about to go out, you lose energy and you take a breath. Then, it goes back in. The time in between a baby falling and crying. Thump. We're waiting for your newborn baby to take its first breath and or cry for the first time. Waiting on a pregnancy test to see the level of duct your life is about to be. The moment after your dumbest friend grabs you by the shoulders with a desperate and concerned look on their face and they say, "Dude, I gotta tell you something." But you can't get mad, only to tell you some trivial bullshit 30 agonizing seconds later. SMH. Ducking Carl. Earthquakes. Paying by debit while there's people in line behind you in the grocery store. Will it go through? Do I have enough? What if I looked at my account wrong and I don't have the money? No, I do. Wait, what if there was some withdrawal that happened that I forgot about? Oh shit. Was that the right PIN number? The right account I clicked on? Approved. You sure? Okay, phew.